Hey guys, welcome back to my new Flosstube. I think it's 15, it could be 16, I don't know. Anyway, I have some finishes, and I have some whips, and I have some stitchy heartbreak to share with you. So, since my last video, my husband and I, we did get our first COVID vaccine, and around that time I did have a lot of hand pain. So I don't know if it was because of the vaccine as a side effect or if it was just normal wear and tear from stitching a lot. So I'm just kind of waiting for our second vaccine to see how that goes, see if I get hand pain again, and if so, then I'm not going to be as concerned, but if it continues, then I am going to see my physician about, maybe, I don't know, I could be doing too much wear and tear on my hand and wrist, or I don't know. Anyway, if you're a stitcher and you have hand pain or arthritis, you understand how frustrating that is to grasp a needle and just have a lot of pain, but you want to stitch so badly. So, I've been dealing with that. I have taken lots of breaks. I also ordered these gloves, Crafters Comfort Gloves, which are compression gloves, and I don't wear them all the time, but I have been trying to wear them more. And I cut this finger and this finger down because I tried with the full glove, and my needle kept slipping on my middle finger the way that I stitch in hand. Oh, and this is a hole from where I cut the tag out. It was itching, so I have to stitch that back up. But I do feel a difference when I wear this. I bought this from Amazon.
It's bleeded 3 times.
Yeah, he's talking about my cut. But I have chubbier hands, and I ordered a medium. I didn't know if I should get a medium or large, but I ordered the medium, and it's tight enough that I feel like it's doing the job, but it's not too tight. So I'll continue to wear those when my hand is cramping. And then I saw a flash of green run past in my dog's mouth, and I instantly knew what it was. My cat had knocked my strawberry off of the desk. It's a roll top desk, so it's like this. It's about this high off the ground. It's over here to my right. And he thought it was a toy. It does have stuffing, and it had walnut shells, which are still getting all over my stitching from here down, and yeah, that's what happened. So I was very sad, but he can't help it. He doesn't know any better. He's a puppy. Which
You're a dumb one.
No. And he did get fixed last week, so he's wearing the cone of shame. If he comes over here, I'll show you guys. So, that's my strawberry.
Cone of shame. Yeah, we washed up.
And in case you haven't noticed, I have my sidekick today over here to my left.
I'm totally your sidekick.
Yeah, you're my sidekick.
Right.
He has a finish if he wants to show it. Can I show your finish? Or do you want to show it?
What is it? Oh, sure.
Okay. We tried a cross-stitch kit, but the cross-stitch kit was, it was the one that I showed in a previous video. It was $1 at Dollar General, and it was really hard to get the needle through the canvas. He did try it, and I was really proud of him. He did a good job trying it out, but it was just not a good quality kit, obviously, for $1. But he has a little Minecraft sewing kit for Minecraft stuffies, and Parker sewed this. I was really proud of him. He sewed around the edges, and he stuffed it, and he put the eyes on. He does like to sew. He's good at sewing. It's a nice, relaxing thing for him to do. And there's a second one in this kit whenever he wants to do it. Probably during homeschool time, he can do the other one. It is the Minecraft pig. So, and we hang this from his lamp where you turn it on, the twisty thing. We hang that so we can show it off. So that's Parker's finish. I have 2 finishes. The first one is my March Madness winner that I declared myself. I finally got it made into a project bag. This is my So Much to Love and Hands-On Design Love My Stitching bag. There's the stitching. I use black rickrack. I use this fabric from Bonnie Christine, which is from the Her and I think it's either Her and Her History or Her and History. And this is what it looks like. The fabric. It has botanicals, rainbows, sewing machines, and I used a coordinating zipper and the coordinating fabric on the inside. This was tricky because when I did my interfacing, I did not do it straight, so my stitching was, this is the way the stitching was on my interfacing. It was crooked, and there was really no way to fix it because either it was going to be crooked this way or my bag was going to be crooked. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to do it the way it is. It's still pretty. It doesn't have to be straight. Doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, I work too hard to stress about it that much. I'm really proud of this, and I'm excited to start using it as my project bag. A new project bag. My other fully finished item is Prancing Through the Tulips by Lindy Stitches. This is from the Spring 2021 Punch Needle and Print of Stitcher magazine. I started stitching this last Wednesday, and I worked on it every day until I got it done. I absolutely love it. Try to zoom in. This is part of a new 4-part Cats in the Garden series that she's doing with that magazine. I have the digital copy, so I just printed out the chart from the digital copy. It's really easy to do. Some of the colors are called for, and some of them are from my stash. I stitched this on 28 count Mushroom Lugana. This is Ladybug, which is not what her called is for. I just basically, the colors I had that she called for I used, and the colors I didn't have I just pulled from my stash. I did have to change the color of this white and the color of the cat to pop from my fabric. So this was supposed to be 3865, but I used Blanc or white. And this was supposed to be Ecru, but I used 3865. This green is Shutter Green from, I believe, Gentle Arts. So, and the rest is DMC. This is 347, the red is. So I love this. I am going to switch this out with the other seasons. I'm not really good at making bows. I just did the best bow I could do, and I had this little flower that I glued to the middle to try to add a little bit more spring to it. And this piece I got from Dollar General last fall, I think, because I bought it for a fall piece. But I just really wanted to finish this on it. So it has a hook on the back right here. Oh no, I glued it wrong. It has a hook right here. I'll have to make a new hook. I did it upside down. And I just hot glued magnets and washers. And I used this kind of like yellow and white polka dot to coordinate with the buffalo check. So that's my other fully finished item. It's been a long time, I feel like, since I've had anything fully finished, so that felt really good to do. I have one more finish, and that is my Lori Holt Sew by Row. This is the completed one. So I am going to go to Hobby Lobby and get a frame, because this is supposed to fit a standard frame if you stitch it on 25 count, which is what I did. It's 25 count cloud Lori Holt Lugana, and I just basically just stitched this and stitched this and stitched this until I got it done. I was determined to get it done because I really love it. My tension is off, so I'm going to try using the tutorial from Elizabethanncanstitch, the way that she pins her pieces onto foam, I think it's foam board, to try to get this stretched out nicely and put it in the frame. So I will link that tutorial that I'm talking about, and hopefully, if not my next video, then the next video I will have this in a frame, because I love it. Okay, let me look at my notes. Okay, so I forgot to talk about this in the beginning, but thank you to my new subscribers. I noticed I had a couple new subscribers.
And I got a few. I got one for some reason, probably from the link I used.
Parker said that he has a new subscriber for his videos. He linked his channel on my description, and he noticed he had a new subscriber, so he was excited about that. His gaming channel.
Use it bullet fill, yes.
Yeah.
No spaces.
No spaces, he said. And I know Candace K had shouted me out. Thank you, Candace. And I want to shout out 2 more under 1,000 subs club Flosstubers that I've been watching. And the first one is Cataloging My Stitches.
You really need to get that 1,000 subscribers for
Did you
money.
hear that? For money.
Yeah, I guess.
You can monetize when you get to 1,000. But the under 1,000 subs club people I want to shout out first is Cataloging My Stitches. And she has a super cool project that she's doing. She is taking the 12 Days of Christmas. She's using different designers and blending, like, I don't know if it's going to be 12 different, but it's going to be various different 12 Days of Christmas projects to make a display for that. And I think that is so cool to mix different 12 Days of Christmas items. But she's talking about that on her channel. And also the other one is Punky Purls. Her name is Heather, and you may have heard her being shout out by Sam Bree Stitches, or she's also participating in a Flosstube Friends sale with several other Flosstubers and Instagrammers. So you may have heard Punky Purls through them, and I really love her Flosstube. I just discovered her through those shoutouts, and she stitches a lot of the same things that I do, but she also, I think, knits, and she does other things too. I really love her. I really love her ideas and her style. So I will link Cataloging My Stitches and Punky Purls in the description box. Okay, so let's get back to, I also had one more incident with my stitching. So I couldn't stitch because of pain. My dog ate my strawberry, and then one day I knocked a glass of tea into my whip basket. And I don't have my whip basket over here, but it's just a plastic tote with my current whips lined up. And I mean, my heart about stopped. Well, it didn't, because I got up and flew to that basket, and a bunch of my project bags had gotten wet. I ripped all of them open as fast as I could, took all of the stitching floss out and charts and put them in a separate place. Check those. As far as I know, none of my stitching and none of my floss absorbed the tea. But almost all of my bags, except for one plastic one and one that was just kind of like not stuck down all the way, all the bags that were touching the bottom soaked up tea that quickly. So I put them all in the washer. I washed them on a gentle cycle with a little bit of detergent, and I laid them across my shower curtain, across backs of chairs, and dried them for about 2 or 3 days to make sure they were completely dry before I put my stitching back in. And thankfully, all of my project bags held up. Some of them I made. One of them was a giveaway winner, and one of them I purchased. All of them held up, especially the one that I purchased. I'll show you. No, I don't have it here. But my bag from Goose Design held up wonderfully. It was the best of all of them. It did so well in the washer. So if you have an accident like me, and I hope you don't, because that was so scary, I just, I thought, I'm going to lose all these projects. They're going to get tea all over them. You can wash project bags. So now you know. Okay, so now I'm going to move on through whips. So my first whip, it has some, and please ignore this mess, whatever. My first one is the Bonnie and Camille Quilt Bee cross stitch pattern, Shine On cross stitch from the book, the Quilt Bee book. I love this. It's on 25 count Cloud Lugana by Lori Holt, and this is how far I've gotten. Right now I'm working on this big piece right here. And Punky Purls, she has added a lot of orange and yellow to her blocks on here, and it looks great. It just is a lot more colorful, not as many teals. So I did borrow that idea from her, and I added a yellow right here. And I may try to do that throughout, add some more yellow and orange, because it really brightened it up on hers. Okay, and my next one is a new start. This is my Barbara Anna A New World, The Night of All Fears. It is the one that is a 5-part, and it's really hard to show that. And it's hard to get a good picture online. I will look and see if I can get a better quality picture online to show you guys. And I started this on linen. This is my first, I've practiced on linen, but this is my first real project on a linen. And this is on 32 count Belfast Purple Passion. And I only had some of the DMCs. So I just started, let me see if I can zoom in. I just started on the roof of the house, basically, in the outline. And I went really slow on this because I'm not used to linen. And I really enjoyed stitching it. I just need to get a lot more DMC for that pattern. I don't want to substitute because it is part of a 5-part series, and I don't want to keep track of all the substitutions and try to make other decisions. I just want to stick with what Barbara Anna designed for that. So that was just a new start that I did when I was just tired of everything else I was stitching. And this is one of the project bags that I washed. It turned out fine. My next project bag is, I mentioned at the retreat I won a project bag from Layla May Designs from the retreat, and this is the project bag that I won. It has cows and says moo, clearly. I also washed this bag. I was a little concerned that this would bleed. It didn't. And the bag washed up great. And it didn't fall apart. And they also, I didn't know they were going to do this, but they also threw in this cross-stitch journal. So I was really excited about that. But to be honest, I'm more of a type B personality, and I'm not going to keep up with this. So I do want to give this away. Now it does have...
Stop it.
Uh-oh. Mosey. Mosey. It does have some creasing, I guess, from shipping. So if that doesn't bother you and you would like to win a cross-stitch journal, it does have a sticker in it that says donated by Fat Quarter Shop, Kimberly Jolly. But other than that, which I think is fine, if you would like to win this, then just use the word journal, JOURNAL, to win this. And then later in the video, I will show the giveaway winner from last week. So that's the cross-stitch journal. Okay, back to the stitching. Okay, so this is very exciting for me. I talked about how I chose my first sampler, and I saw this on Mama Loves You GB when she was doing a giveaway, and it is from Whilst Iris Naps, Ada Billison, 1863, and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the design. I fell in love with the, I guess you'd say, verse, and I fell in love with the history. This is the chart, and it says, little deeds of kindness, little words of love, make our earth and Eden like the heaven above. And I love it. Let me show you the colors. They're so pretty. This is the called for colors, and they're weeks. And I'm stitching this on Bestitch Me fabric, 27 count Linda. I think the color of this is, it's either honey or peanut. I thought I had kept the card. They're very similar. I'm not sure if it's honey or peanut. And that's how far I've gotten. I started in the upper right hand corner. So this is the floss toss. And I love it. And I feel like it's not even showing up on there as pretty as it is in person. I can't wait to work my way through this. And I messaged Christina a question about the stitching, and she got back to me right away, and she was so sweet. I so appreciate her getting back to me, because the model is stitched in one, it says on here it's stitched 1/1 when I printed it out. So I started it with 1/1. I mean, I'm sorry, 1/2. I started 1/2, and I just wasn't sure. It was my first sampler, so I thought, well, maybe it's supposed to be more prim. I hear a lot of people saying that they'll stitch using one thread to make it look prim. But I wasn't sure, so I emailed her, and she got back to me, and she let me know that on this count, 2 threads would be better. And I so appreciate that, because if she hadn't got back to me, I probably would have continued with 1 thread, and then I would have been really unhappy with the result. So I'm excited for my first sampler. Let me put that back in the bag. Okay, just a second. Okay, sorry. Hopefully that the video game music isn't bothering you. Parker very nicely turned it down for right now. Okay, so I also worked a little bit. I think this was on Easter that I worked on this. And this was Home Sweet Home by It's So Emma. And I am stitching this on 14 count white washboard. And this is how far I've gotten. So, let me see. I hope that's focusing well. It's really sweet. I'm not sure if it's picking up, but it looks really cute. It really looks really cute in person. And it didn't take me long to stitch that, so I don't think this is going to be a long stitch. I just have to keep up with it. I'm really excited about the new Lori Holt pattern. I'm going to put a picture here. Actually, I am starting a new segment called Wish List, and these are things that I haven't bought, but that I've seen online and I love, and maybe I will buy them and stitch them, but I'm not sure. It's just things that I have seen either on social media or on Flosstube that I just love. So the first one is the Lori Holt pattern, the Flea Market. I think that's the name of it. It could be called Flea Market something else, but I am so excited. I definitely am going to get that pattern. That's on my wish list, but that's definitely what I'm going to stitch. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The next one is, and I had to write this down because these are both international designers. So the first one is by, and sorry, I'm sure I'm not saying this correctly, Croquet a Go-Go.
Pollen. My hair is filled with pollen.
It is?
Probably.
And it's called the Time Window, and it is monthly, like little monthly samplers. And I saw this on Instagram, and I fell in love with it. I thought it was so cute and different from other monthly projects that are out there. So that's a wish list item. And the other wish list item is a stitch along that 911 stitcher Stacy Alexander is doing. And I know I'm going to butcher this name, and I'm sorry. It is called Quaker's Pride by Historic Stickmuster. I believe that's German. Oh, sorry. I knocked the table. I think that's German. And it is, the pattern is in like black, white, grays, and a bold red. And that's not even my colors. But when I saw that, it was gorgeous. And I even thought maybe I could do the grays, blacks, and a deep teal or a deep blue. I don't know. But I fell in love with that. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'll, hopefully by now I've inserted pictures from social media so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And I have a little bit of haul. I got my Classic Colorworks Floss Club from Annabella's, which is an online Etsy store. You get 3 skeins a month, and I actually already gave one away with the giveaway. It was a white. I want to think it was whitewash, but I'm not sure. But these are the 2 colors I got, and it is Organza Pink and Lavender Louise. They're beautiful, but I have to be honest, I was disappointed because these are pinks and purples, and last month was pinks and purples. And I thought, okay, 2 months in a row we got pinks and purples. So I hope this month it is something completely different than pink and purple. Yeah, so not that these aren't beautiful, but you know, I was hoping for something else. So, but that's the thing when you have a floss club, you don't, unless it's like Fat Quarter Shop where they tell you the color you're getting, you don't know what you're getting. So, also, I think it was last summer, or I was watching Sam Bree Stitches, Becca, and she showed a chart from Big Creek called Each Day, and it was actually a kit, and she got that kit as part of the Silver Needle Club, Circle of Friends Club, from the Silver Needle Workshop. So I love that pattern, and I haven't been able to get it because they're exclusive to that club, and I put an eBay search on it, but every time it comes up on eBay, which is not very often, it's way out of my price range, so I haven't gotten it. But I did sign up for the club, and you get 6 different exclusive charts for the year, so it's one every 2 months. And that arrived this week, and at first I was really excited because my dog had just eaten my strawberry. I think it was the next day this came in the mail, and this is the chart, and it's a strawberry. It's called Vintage Garden Smalls by Erica Michaels. Try to get in close on that. And it comes with the pattern. It came with a newsletter that had a little bit of Jelly Bellies attached. It comes with the linen. And it comes with this little bag that has everything you need to stitch it. So it has the floss, this is Week Style Works, and they forgot to add the DMC that's called for, and they mailed that separately. And this really pretty needle minder that has a design in the middle of it. I'm trying to get that where there's no glare. They have these needle threaders and the buttons that go on the projects. So it's 3 different needle threaders for different types of thread. So one is ultra fine, one is all purpose, and one is needlework threader for, I think, like pearl cotton. It also came with a floss card with a picture of the project. And it came with all of the accoutrement, or however you say that goes with the strawberries. And the, I think there may be a needle book. All the finishing things. So, I'm not sure. This is not calling to me. I don't love it. I was excited that it was a strawberry. Oh, and it also came with the John James needle. But I may sell it. I don't know. It's just not me. I don't know. It's just not me. So, I may sell this on eBay. I'm thinking about it. And I hope the other projects are a little bit more modern. I don't want to say modern because I don't just like modern, but this just felt really, I don't know. It just wasn't what I expected. I hope that makes sense. So, okay, so the giveaway winner for Heartstring Samplery Festive Little Fobs is Jamie Gildemeister. And I will put the picture here. And Jamie, email me at crystalrow96@gmail or message me on Instagram at crystalrow and give me your address and I will get this mailed out to you. Thank you for everyone who entered the giveaway and everyone who left super sweet comments. And if you came from Candace's channel, thank you so much. And we did a little trade for charts. So her package to me kind of, I don't want to say it didn't get lost in the mail, but according to my informed delivery, it got sidetracked. So they sent it to another location and then they sent it back to my area. So it may come today or tomorrow. I don't know. I hope it does, but with the USPS, you don't know. And any of my giveaways have been mailed, so if you have won a giveaway from me and for some reason you have not received it, please message me because it has been mailed. And again, if you want to win a cross-stitch journal, use the word journal in your comments and I will do a drawing for this next time. I hope that I didn't go too fast. I didn't have a ton to show you this week because I took so many breaks from stitching. And I promised my son that I would try not to take too long so that he could play his games and not worry about the volume. So, yeah, I hope you have a great week and I will see you guys next time. Bye.